Hi guys, I'm going to walk you through how we're going to set up for the auction on Sunday morning. I'm in the orange room, as you can tell by the orange wall, and all or most of the items for the auction are set up in here right now. The first two things we need to do are, with the help of Matt Bennett specifically, put the ping pong table away that's currently in the fellowship hall. He knows how to fold that up and get it put away in the room where our extra tables and chairs are kept. The next thing is this table right here and the one right next to it are 8-foot long tables. These need to be folded up and taken downstairs via the elevator. One of them will be used for our sales table that V is going to be in charge of, and the other one is going to be used for our sign-up events, where we have about 22 of these plaques. And these are things that don't have a physical item for them, so they have a description and a sign-up sheet that goes with it. There are 22 of these, and they will be lined up and down on both sides of this table. So the sign-up plaques, as well as the sales items, are in paper bags ready to go down. The sales items also has a sheet, so when people buy things, they can either give you cash for it, but we'll still need to keep a list of who bought what, or they can pay for it with their bidder number and then be charged later, or pay in a lump later with the rest of the things they buy at the auction. When we set up the tables, there'll be an item, and then there'll be a bidder sheet. The bidder sheets for our sign-ups are large. They're like full 8.5 by 11 sheets. The bidder sheets for our items are smaller than that. They are half of that size. I did this to save space, among other things, because sometimes the piece of paper is larger than the item that's being auctioned, and so it just doesn't make sense. So I made them half that size. When you put something on a table, and all of these items will go on our round tables that are down in the fellowship hall, we will tape the bidder sheet to the table and then have the item that it's representing right in front of it, or right behind it, however you may think about it, in the middle, towards the middle of the table, for example. So as you go around the room, and I won't pick up the phone and show you because it might make you nauseous, there are probably 8 to 10 paper grocery bags or boxes that have stuff in them, and they are grouped by number, 1 through 7. The numbers themselves don't correspond to anything other than everything that is number 1 goes on a table together. Everything that has number 2 goes on a table together, and so on. It's sort of like items with like items, but this is just how I happen to group them. For example, this is a bag. Most of these will be from Whole Foods because they have good bags. It says number 1 right here on the side. Sometimes if it's an item where it's not in a bag, I've written the number in one of the corners of the bidder sheet. So just look there. The bidder sheet will be paper clipped to the item or attached to it in some way, so you know that it goes with this thing. You'll take this off, tape it to the table, take the item out, and put it in front. Try and make the item look nice. We want people to know what it is. We want people to be able to see it, touch it, make it look attractive. Some things, so there's this small bag, but it has a lot of small items, and this is for table number 6, and there are 8 bidder sheets attached here because they have small items in here, jewelry and some other handmade things. So just keep in mind that some bags have more than one item in it. It should be very obvious what sheet goes with what item because of the description, but if you have any questions, let me know. Other bags, I'm thinking there's probably 4 or 5, are small art pieces, and there'll be a little frame stand that is in the bag, and that's just so you can display the art piece on that table nicely and people can see it without laying it down. I have a collection of pens that'll go out. It's important though that we not put the pens out right away. We're going to put these out probably right like in the middle of the second service. All of these other items and the bin sheets will be out ready to go hopefully by 10 o'clock. So as people are exiting the first service and coming in for fellowship or getting ready for education, they can start looking at all the great stuff we have to offer. I don't want anyone trying to sign up for anything yet though, so we're going to hold on to those pens. I have a couple of art items in my office and some other bidder sheets that are filled out but that are not attached to anything. This is because someone's bringing something in the day of, or it's a large item. In this case, these are some tools that are in the electrical shed, and we will bring these out probably the morning of and set them up then rather than doing it before then. I also have blank sheets. If someone comes in with something they want to donate and we think it's something that we want to add to the auction, we could fill out a blank sheet for that item right then. But let me know about that so that I can add it to our master list of items, because we want to keep track of everything that's been donated and who was generous enough to donate it. There's a lot of art. Probably 7 or 8 pieces are quite large. And what I've done is, you'll notice on the tag for the art, and the art pieces all have tape. Their bidder tags are taped to the art frame. Some of them have a red W in the corner, and that means they're large pieces that will go against the wall of windows opposite our courtyard. And the art will be sitting on the floor against the window, and then the bidder sheet will be taped on the window at about eye level so people can bid like that. There is also a fair amount of smaller art that I'm hoping we can fit a few more tables in to lay them out. And because they're like too big to sit in a stand, but too small to really lean against the wall because they'd get lost. So we'll have to figure that one out the day of. They all have their bidder sheets taped to them, ready to go. We just have to figure out the best way to display those. We'll do that last and make sure we have enough tables for everything. We want the tables to be easy enough for people to walk around, not too close together. There won't be any chairs around them. We will put a few chairs around the edge of the fellowship hall in case people want to sit. But in general, the tables themselves will not have chairs, and we'll probably put quite a few of them into the mechanical closet where the ping pong table and all the extra furniture is kept. So, and then we'll have the drink station set up in front of that mechanical closet. So that's why we want to get everything put in there that needs to be in there first thing. And the food will be on trays. The youth will be going around offering hors d'oeuvres to people. There won't be like a station per se for the food. And that's normally how we do it. I think that is about it. There are some of the items. There's a guitar. There's also a rocking chair and a large backpack that aren't going to be on a table, obviously. They should be right next to the table with their bidder sheet on the table.